I just want to be able to give people value who watch these videos. I kind of go against the grain, right? So I always ask this question like, how's it going, everyone? Morning. So it's about 5:30 in the morning, 5:45 in the morning. Just got home from work, and if I'm not walking, usually I'm reflecting and just try to mental dump everything. So just wanting to just be myself. So this particular channel, right? I'm pretty conflicted. I talked to one of my mentors, Chris. Shout out to you. I haven't spoken to John in a bit, but Chris definitely. We spoke for like 2 hours the other day, and he has some business plans that I might be able to help with and give some value to, which I appreciate. But it caused me to reflect like the direction of this channel, right? Have you ever been conflicted in a way where you're torn between what you know will make, I guess in this sense, YouTube, what you know what will make views and what you really want to do? And the person I am becoming or have become for many years now is I kind of go against the grain, right? So, like it's one of those things where I do love creating, shut up boys. I do love creating like expat material content, as well as like Filipino American content. I don't feel like I want to do it all the time, right? Because I really believe that we are more than just a niche, right? And it's kind of like going against what YouTube does and things like that, because it just goes against it. You're supposed to talk about one or two things and then say like that. As I'm consistently, reflecting on myself and things like that, I always ask this question like, what is your true purpose in life? I feel like I'm torn because I like many things, to be honest with you. I like doing the many things. So it's not even money based at this point, right? It's not money based at this point. I just want to be able to give people value who watch these videos, and just give it enough value where it can actually impact life. I do love talking about business, but I obviously can't do it all the time. I am getting into this mode of just talking about what I observe as far as how to conduct yourself here in the Philippines, especially as a Filipino as well, right? Especially as someone who is like navigating through the corporate life and the business life, and just overall becoming a better person. Maybe from time to time navigating your way here in the Philippines as an expat, things that I notice and things like that, and maybe also helping Filipinos along the way, local Filipinos along the way, as to understanding that the dynamics of the US culture and the Philippine culture in a way that it can, for sure, to some degree, elevate you in your professional life, and obviously that will transition into your personal life. I'm not a guru here. I'm not Tony Robbins at the end of the day, right? I just want to say I do love being able to help someone get to the next stages of whatever the development they want. Many of the times when I do talks and when I do mentoring and when I do coachings with the people that I work with face to face, as well as like online, I feel empowered this way, right? But I don't want to come off like a guru. I don't want, you know what I'm saying. I don't want to come off like I just don't want to come off that way. But then again, it is what it is. But I really appreciate the feedback I get from people that I actually have helped, that I've to some extent have impacted their lives. At this point in my life right now, I kind of want to go into the business consultancy / like public speaker space. Not so much the consultancy part, not so much in the like typical like let me set up systems for you and things like that. It's more working with leadership, working with people that want to level up, and obviously it's my way of coaching people. I love teaching people, to be honest with you. I love helping people. I think that's why I loved teaching martial arts to kids, to older people, to anyone, because I love the fact that you can transfer knowledge and have someone potentially refine it to the point where it's better, which is like profound to me, to be honest with you. So if you don't mind, I'll probably do more videos like this. If you want to hang on and if you want to consistently tune in and support the channel, I appreciate it. If not, I totally understand. You know what I'm saying? You know, like, I'm just going to live my life and do what I think is what God is telling me to do, to follow that step. So a lot of this channel is going to end up becoming like just that, like, you know, just who I am as a person. You know, I love doing reviews. I love talking about life, philosophy, just kind of get into the, you know, kind of deep with certain things in life, you know what I'm saying? And just the mindset, the thought process. And when it comes to mindset, is that positive mindset to reinforce that you're built for more, you know what I'm saying? You're built for more. Human beings, most people, I really believe, with the right amount of effort and passion or whatever they want, no one's lazy. It's just, you know, whatever really drives you, you're going to do. And, you know, when I'm at work, when I'm talking to young men at work, I don't know what it is, but I try to boil it down to really simple understandings, right? As in, like, and comment down below if you agree with me or not, but it's okay if you don't. But when I'm talking to men especially, right, I tell them, like, okay, you have a crush, you like that girl, obviously, or whatever, guy or girl, and, you know, obviously when you first see your crush, you're like, you admire. It could be seconds or it could be months. Sometimes people don't say anything. But when you do take action, what I always pose this question to the people I'm working with. What are you willing to do to be with your crush? And 10 out of 10 times, the answer is anything to everything, right? You will forego many things just to get a conversation sometimes, and eventually get a date, and, I mean, God willing, become a partner to that person, and even better, become married. I always tell people, like, correct me if I'm wrong. If you're with it, you're with it. If you're not with it, just comment down below. For me, that's how business is, right? For me, all business, all, you know, boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife situations, they're all relationships, right? I joke around and say I'm married to the company I'm with, because at the end of the day, you go through the same, not the same really, you go through the ebbs and flows of any relationship. And I really believe when you have that sense of like understanding that, even to the simplest form, right? Relationships are like marriages, and if you want your marriage to survive, you're gonna literally do everything you can to make it happen. If you really care about your marriage. And when I say marriage, sometimes it equates to, once again, relationships, business relationships, work relationships. You're gonna do what it takes and make it happen. You will forego your pride, your ego. You'll forego a lot of things. Some people take it to the next level spectrum where it's really bad. And some people, they're just not present. You know, stay tuned for videos similar to this, on top of just me sharing my thoughts, living in the Philippines, being a Filipino American, just being a regular guy living in the Philippines, trying to make it happen for himself. Now that, you know, I reflect that, now that I have a daughter, oh man, I'll say this without trying to get emotional, but there's just a profound, I don't know how to articulate it, but there's a profound gravity, especially as a man too, to show up. I mean, obviously, you know, if you care, but yeah, there's a gravity to show up every day, every second, to make sure that little person is secure. As they get older, I want to be that role model for her to look up to. That's a lot of pressure, dude, to be honest with you. But just like any relationship, it's just, if it's worth anything, you gotta push forward, to be honest with you. You know, I've always tried my best to show up for my marriage. I've done my best to make sure I'm there for my wife. But with a baby in our life, oh man, it's just like a moment of it's a feeling of fulfillment at the same time, anxiety, nervousness of like, am I doing it right? If that makes any sense, right? Because just thinking out loud, so much is on the line, to be honest with you. So much is on the line. And, you know, God, all the glory goes to God at the end of the day. And I'm so thankful that I'm able to provide the life I can through God's blessings and God's grace for my family. There's times where our cup overflows and we can bless other people. And I'm super grateful for that. Yeah, it's one of those things where these particular times, I really center down into being grateful for my life and just being grateful for everything in my life, to be honest with you. And to a great degree, that literally keeps me going, keeps my drive going, keeps me wanting to consistently give value to people. Yeah, you know, but since Princess came into our lives, it's gone to hyperdrive, to be honest with you. You know, and I love it. And for the first time in my life, I truly understand, like really understand, you know, like it's a different type of love there, man. Different type of emotion. Showing up for your kid, for your kids. Once again, relationships, foregoing a lot of pride, ego, working on patience, and that it'll get tested with kids, obviously. But yeah, man, I'm just grateful. I'm just super grateful. Grateful for the people that watch these videos. Grateful for the people that work with me. Grateful for the people that even talk crap about me. Because at the end of the day, I mean, you can't please everyone. You can't be everyone's cup of tea. But sometimes as a leader, you might be the guy in the room that doesn't like make sense in the very beginning of things. Because you might be seeing things that they don't see. Or you just have a vision that you need to follow. And it is what it is, right? So, yeah, I'm pretty much done with my talking here. If you love the channel, if you love the vibe, I appreciate you stopping by, liking the video, sharing the videos. I really appreciate it. You know? On another note, I don't like editing anymore. I'm just gonna upload it and go. You can't really edit life, you know what I'm saying? Am I right? You can't really edit life, right? So, to some degree, you can, maybe, but when it's in the moment, it's in the moment. You can't do that, you know. It's a blessing and a curse at that point in time. But you know, like I've been prioritizing sleep, to be honest with you, with my smart ring. So never in my life have I ever prioritized sleep this much. You know, I mean, there's still time. I still grind. Don't get me wrong. I still grind, but I'm just kind of cognizant of, you know, how much sleep I get now. Past couple of weeks, I've lost like 6 kilos in like 2 weeks. I'm really looking to go down to 75 kilos. So I got way more to go, but got some stuff here. I got my kettlebells and things like that. I do have a bad back, so, you know, take that with a grain of salt. I got a bad back, so I can't really go crazy in certain workouts. I really want to get into shape where I can be fit enough to do jujitsu. So, if you're in the Philippines and you want to get some coffee, I would love to get to know you. Everyone out there, and especially in Davao right now, I'm in Davao. And if I can help in some way, give you some value, I would love to. You know, if it's your business, you know, if it's your mindset, you're Filipino or American or otherwise, I don't care. I'm down for a coffee, you know what I'm saying? But with that said, take care. God bless. I'll see you guys soon, and see you in the next video. Bye.